Hello, my friends. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just sharing a quick workout video that I recorded not too long ago at the gym. Everything is specifically for your glutes. So let's get right into it. I love starting all my workouts with resistance bands because it's great early cardio and just warms up the muscles without putting too much strain that weight involves. So start with a bunch of open and closed step togethers, whatever you want to call them, and get as far deep as you can without, straining anything. Um, I do a couple sets of these. You can range from anywhere from 4 sets of 8 to like 4 sets of 10 or whatever you want to do. You can do as many variations as you want. I love squatting, step togethers. I love, crossover lunges, doing lunges. You could do leg raises in any direction, either side or back, whichever you please. And the point here is to get a pump while you're warming up your muscles and just getting yourself ready for more of that heavy lifting. So the second workout I'm doing is a 3-time squat and lunge combination. Crossover, do one directly backwards, and then you can even step out to the side a little bit. But the point here is to make sure that your angles are right and that you're really just squeezing all your muscles as you lunge, as you kind of step up, and keeping your core engaged so that you're not straining any of your back and you're warming up your core as much as you can. Then, like I did with the resistance band, I love crossover lunges because they really target the inside of the glutes. You could do, this video is just to show you what I did. Take all of the exercises and just kind of do your own combos, your own reps, and then so I love doing deadlifts as well as squats. And what is a better way of warming yourself up as well as getting in that really good workout than to combine them two together? Make sure that you keep your back straight and your legs are always just over your toes. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze your legs, really push through the heels when you're on your way up, no matter if you're coming up from a deadlift or if you're coming up from a squat. Like I said, do as many or as little as these as you are comfortable with, but just, push yourself a little bit. So this third combo is going to require either some weights or kettlebells, and we're kind of combining the lunge, deadlift, and call it a single leg deadlift. Let's just go with that. And what I really like doing is alternating arms and legs. So you can do same arm, same leg at first. Maybe go 4 reps of 12 or 8 reps of 8, whatever it is that you want to do. Squeeze every time that you come up. Dig your heels through the ground so that you really get the best angle. And then, so like you can see right now, what I like to do is cross over. I think as you keep your back and your core engaged, if your arms are crossed over, it really helps out with the balance and you're able to train your abdominal muscles. And so just do as many reps and repetitions. Oh wait, that's the same word. As many sets and reps as you want. And then we'll move forward with the next exercise. All right, so as we keep going, we are gonna just repeat that same deadlift and squat exercise. You can do a separate set of squats and a separate set of deadlifts if that's what you wanna do, and then use the kettlebells as like your weight. And then if you want to take it up a level, even though I don't think I showed it in this video, you can do the swings, which means you go from under your legs and just kind of swing that belt all the way up. Make sure you keep your arms and shoulders aligned. And so now we're going to take it to the floor and we're just going to start with some bridges. I know a lot of people do these with the bench, and you can by all means, or you can do both of them, and that really works. So what I learned about these bridges, because I did learn kind of the hard way where it kind of messed up my back and messed up my hips for a while, there's this thing called bracing, which basically means you are going to engage your core and kind of suck in almost to the point where it feels like your belly button is at your spine, and you're gonna tilt your pelvis in just a little bit so that it feels like your ribs and your pelvis are kind of becoming aligned. And then whenever you do the bridges, you're really targeting those glute muscles, but you're also saving yourself a lot of potential injuries. And then I love to really just mix it up when it comes to my bridges. You can, bring your legs in, you can turn them out, you can be perpendicular or parallel. You can, open and close and whatever, just kind of play with it, feel what feels right for you and do more of that, but then also really just engage your core and engage those glutes every time you come up, and just watch for your back. Then obviously you can do single leg bridges. These are really good for targeting the hamstrings and quads, I think, as well as your glutes, and then the front of your legs, and basically just, it's a really good targeting workout. Yeah. And then, so I really do love these bridges. I think they're one of the most effective glute workouts for just really getting underneath that booty so that you can get like that fancy booty, basically. And this is just definitely one of my favorite workouts. So now, wait, you're gonna have to give me a few seconds just to see what I'm doing here. Ooh, yes. Okay, these are my second favorite. Actually, these are probably tied for number one with the glute bridges. These are leg raises. A lot of people do them in the fire hydrant style, where you're on all fours and you open your legs, but this works just as well. So combine both. Get on all fours, do that doggy piss position, and if you have a resistance band, all the better, because it really asks you to target those side glute muscles and really get into those hips. Adding an extra weight is great if you already have the technique down pat. Make sure that your legs are aligned, your back is straight, your core is engaged, because the last thing you want is to put all this weight on your legs, on your thighs, or whatever it is, and your back isn't straight, it's not aligned, and so therefore you're at a greater risk for an injury. But honestly, once you get these right, you can straighten your legs out a little bit, or you can keep them straight, keep them bent, whatever. That is definitely one of my favorite butt workouts. Now, as you can see, we are doing some knee raises, or like knee squats, if whatever that's what you want to call it. These are really good for like easy targeting, and they're shallow, so you're really targeting the thighs as much as you're targeting that upper butt area, I guess. Just make sure you keep your arms and your back straight, especially because you're putting all this weight on your lower back when you're doing it so shallow. And if you want to add that plate and get those arms working out just as much, it's a great workout. Just keep that core engaged, and yes. I think this is one of the last few workouts that I did. Leg kickbacks, you can do them straight, you can do them on all four, you can raise one arm across, and it really helps with your core and really gets that fire burning inside. Or you can just do it like I'm doing it, grab a resistance band if you're used to it. But basically this is really about just owning and being intentional with every movement. You really want to squeeze everything from your back to your core to your lower back and your glutes at the same time, your legs. Really, really make sure that you're owning every slightest movement in this, because that is ultimately the way you're going to build that mind-muscle connection, because you're aware of just every movement that you're doing, and you're sure of your posture, you're sure of your positioning and your technique. And while this is really good, it's like the ultimate form for avoiding injuries. It's just going to get that glute workout even more effective than if you were just to do it kind of lazily, if that's a word, lazy, whatever. And then if you get good at it, you can, do it at an angle, do it standing up, do whichever way you want, increase the resistance, increase the repetitions, or get some ankle weights if that's what you want. Like I said, though, the most important thing in this specific exercise is to really make sure that every movement is in the right place and with as much, squeezing as possible. And like I said earlier, so fire hydrants are definitely one of the greatest side booty workouts. They're also kind of good for your waistline. If you keep your core engaged and you really stay straight and you're not moving all the way, like all around, they're really good for kind of targeting everything. So do as many sets as you want. You can do them on your elbows or on your hands, or even standing up for that matter. And, again, as long as positioning and technique is good, the rest of everything will be fine as well. And so this time we might not have the plates, but you're going to see that side raising exercise that I did a few minutes ago, except now my legs are straight. This targets the entire side of your leg, from calves to thighs to, that inner thigh, and, everything you need. Keep your core engaged so that you can even get a good oblique / waistline exercise. And then everybody loves these, what are they called really? I don't know. Back raises, leg raises, double leg raises, whichever, just on your stomach. Squeeze your glutes and make sure your core is engaged. Keep that brace going so that you're not putting any strain on your lower back. And you can practice opening and closing, or you can simply go up and down. You can alternate legs, play with it the way that you see fit. No pun intended. And then repeat on the other side your leg raises. All right, guys. Well, I'm so glad you enjoyed this workout. Those were just some ideas for you to play around with. Let me know what you think, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.